All right, hello again. So I had a nice little conversation with my mother. She looked at my video and said, "Patrick, the light in the background's blinding me," she says. Not quite like that, but I listened to my mother. And so I had to change my studio. So here we are with just a different angle of my life. So preseason conditioning, I'm trying to make it as professional as I can. And be real as I can. So real is just work out with me. So follow along. This is for the feet. At your own risk. There's not a lot of risk in this, I don't believe. Okay, so we want to pick a stool. You could do this in a chair even. It could be a lower chair and you might rest your feet on the ground while we do it. But what we want to do is tune our mind into how our feet are used for skiing. So follow along with me. Flap your feet. You can flap your hands too if you like. But it's this, flap our feet. Go as fast as you can, slow. Follow me exactly. It would be really good. And as you extend your feet and your legs, look to see if they turn in. Do they turn out? Does one extend further than the other because of an ankle problem? And then pull them back up as hard as you can. Grip them all the way up. Try to touch your toes to your shins. Pull, pull, pull. Keep pulling. And how are your ankles pulling? Are they tipped out a little? Are they tipped in? Are they even? Are they parallel? Okay, so what we're after is parallel feet. Parallel bone structures, the way they mount in the foot. It's a little confusing. Edges here, inside edges are parallel, and I don't think that's how we'd mount in our ski. We're probably going to mount on average. Okay, so you'll see feet come in. So the average of your bone structure, parallel, shins right on top. Pull back again, flex your quads, flex your hamstrings. And then with that tension, extend really slow. Try to spread your toes. Keep the feet flat and move them exactly in the same time until you get them all the way to the other end and hold them. Squeeze your quads, hamstrings. You could squeeze your glutes. Extend everything out. Okay, keep it gripped, keep your toes spread, and then pull everything back slow. And observe your feet. Observe if they're moving at the same time. If one wants to go a little more, that's coordination. And that's what we're going to grow and develop is coordination. Actually, that's incoordination. This is when they don't move together. Okay, so we want to play with this. Go with me a little faster. Keeping things kind of gripped all the way around. If your quads are tired, then relax a little bit. But keep your lower legs gripped, your feet gripped, and paddle back and forth. Okay? You can curl your toes and try to do it. See if you develop any lack of coordination with that, which I do. My right foot's kind of doing this S thing, and then pull your toes back. You can pull your toes back when you pull your feet up, and you can push your toes forward, feet down. Keep gripping, pushing to the limits hard. Pull your toes back when you pull your feet back towards you. Push your toes down to point them away, back, away, back, away, back, away. Really push on the limits. We're going to speed up a little bit, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, speed up, and you're going to do this regularly until you get these things to go in time. So let's go a little faster. Mine are heating up a little bit. My ankles don't feel like they want to move together. My right one's feeling a little tight. It's a little ahead of the game. I can change my focus and look at my left ankle and command it with my mind to keep up. Tap, tap, tap. Like you're banging on a drum out there. Tap, 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 tap. Okay, now bang on the drum at your heels. This is the hard one, your shins. So the drum is back here. tap, tap, tap. That's hard. Okay, tap, tap, tap. And then tap, tap, tap down. And then tap the drums up here. Tap, tap, tap. It's hard to move that quick. Tap, tap, tap. I love this. I think my skiing's gonna get better. Okay, so the more we practice this and we force ourselves to slow down enough to get them to move in time. And if you heat them up and they're moving out of time a little bit, you're still gonna develop some strength. It'll be okay. Okay, but the goal is to develop coordination where these things aren't moving all crazy out of time together. Our goal is to get them to move in time, okay? So that's our pressure management influence on skiing. We can massage terrain. There's lots of ways we can use those to manage the pressures within our boots, okay? And as we move from side to side, we can use the ankles for that too. So take this move side to side. Tip one edge. Try to keep your parallel feet and the other. Parallel feet. Keep your toes pointing straight up in the air and tip your feet back and forth. Push hard to the limit. Check to see the feet look kind of parallel. Push hard to the limits to the other side. Check to make sure your feet are kind of parallel and flat on the same plane. And then the other side. Keep it going with me, back and forth. 1, 2. Okay, so we're looking for the feet to move in the exact same time. You're gonna find that there might be some coordination and they aren't moving together. They don't look like they're parallel. The toes don't look like they're staying straight up. They may be going like, you know, like, or shaking. That's what we wanna get rid of through motor skills training. Okay, so it just takes some doing of this. If you engage other muscles, you flex your quads and your hams, you can engage those. Your glutes, you can fire those. All these muscles, your core, fire those as you're tipping these feet back and forth. Do as many as it takes to get them to burn. And if they start going out of coordination, slow it down. And meditate on moving them exactly in the same time. Even if they're a little shaky, slow it down and then speed it back up. Okay, study it, put your mind on it. We want to make these feet coordinated together for skiing. I'm certain it'll help you, okay? So there's a third coordination that our feet can have or not have, and that's just pointing the toes to the side. So this, we were trying to keep the toes pointed straight up in the air. Now we're going to point the toes to the side. Okay? And what you're going to see is that your foot's automatically want to have that same feeling as edging. Okay? When you put them to the side, your ankle just wants to edge. Okay? So let's tip them to the side. 3, 4, push on the limits, push on the limits. Push on the limits, push on the limits. Hang in with me there. If you need to take a break, take a break. We want to do lots of these. You want to create heat, and movement creates heat. Okay? If we push on the limits on every time we move, if we just kind of flop around, that's probably not going to do as much as I'd like. So push on the limits each time. Okay? Then what we're going to do after we get a few of these in is we're going to blend all three together. How does this apply to skiing? Well, when I finish my turn, I have the ability, if I'm doing certain types of turns and playing around with really loopy, fun turns, something in the trees, I can steer some with my feet. And by doing that and doing that action, I'm actually initiating the new edges. Okay, so we steer over and I can initiate the new edges by turning my foot a little bit, just because of the nature of the mechanics of the ankle. So I think what turned me on to this really first was Nick McDonald, PSI Northwest. I've learned a lot from him, and it was many years ago, and I never forgot that teaching. We were doing GS turns, and he said, just steer your feet a little bit more, and that helps belly out the turn, give that belly. Another coach, PJ, I remember one of the first clinics, the way he taught. Follow along with me, I'm kind of articulating these now. I'm steering So in this articulation of the feet, where I'm incorporating some of the extension, the steering the feet, and the tipping all in the same time to create this fluidity. So anyhow, PJ said, belly of the turn. That's what I needed to work on. That was in 2000. Stay with me, keep working these things, glance at them. 2008 maybe? Level 2. Belly to turn. It took me years to really, really understand that. And this extra little bit of steering gave me a belly. Something that I could loop out a turn and really get a completion up the hill sometimes and really make skiing fun. So working those feet and having coordination in the feet can give you some really, really fun skills for skiing. Okay, so that's what we're doing with the feet. Practice them a lot. And we'll take it from there. We'll incorporate and focus on a different focus next time. Okay, so the feet are warmed up a little bit. Do those when you're sitting all the time. And you'll develop coordination. I got a chance to practice with Bronte, my good friend now, and her feet, like mine, started out, they couldn't work together. They're like unintelligent for the moves. And I heard that